Fairy Gym Cup is underway. Let's see what's inside. Just as everybody suspected, we do have the Fairy Gym Cup. If we are to look at the details, the cup will run from December 14th until December 18th at 7:59 UTC. Something will happen at 8 a.m. UTC on that day. I'm just not sure what it is. Pardon this umbrella if it moves around. In the event, your fairy type Pokemon of 1 and 2 MP will gain a bonus MP space. And it says 0, although I'm on a Ferris wheel apparently. Although I don't know of any 0 MP fairy type Pokemon. Steel type Pokemon, their white and gold attacks will gain a plus 20 damage. If we look at the event rewards, for your first win, you're going to get a booster ticket followed by 10 gems. All told, you're going to get 2 Ingot EX, not bad. If we move on, you're gonna get 10, 20 gems. I believe that may be it. I thought there was a 30 gem, but 20 gems total. And Jigglypuff. It's an interesting choice. Not really sure where that came from. Some cubes, 100 Carmonite total. The Cube EX isn't even the top prize, it's what you get at 20, which I believe has been the way it is for the last few gyms, with 27 wins snagging you this rare metal UX. So I have played some games, and if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't follow me on Twitter, there's a link in the description down below. Go ahead and hit a follow on that. But if you follow me on Twitter, I teased this yesterday. I got to 10 wins. I'm going to show you the video of the game that got me 10 wins, and then I'm going to show you the video that got me... I'm not going to give it away. I will tell you this though. In all of the gyms, and I think I've played them all, I started in the flying gym. I did absolutely horrible in that. But in all of the gyms that I have ever played, I've gotten 1. You can count them. It's this one right here. Invincible trophy, and that was the original grass gym when Phantom came out, and for some reason Phantom and Vibrava just, it worked. I've never really even gotten close since. In fact, maybe 9. I don't think I've ever gotten to 10 and 0 since then until today. I got to 10. That's not the spoiler. I'm going to show you game 10, and then I'm going to show you my attempt at 11. Let's just get right into it. Going for number 10, we are up against a guy who is on a 5-game streak with Mimikyu, Latios. I think there was a Coco in there. Coco, Tapu Bulu, Ho-Oh, Tapu Lele. I'm gonna go first, I believe. Yes, I do go first on this one. And I'm going to open up with Mimikyu up the far left side. My opponent is going to match my move with his own Mimikyu. Problem is Mimikyu doesn't stop Mimikyu. I go, and obviously I'm going to take the entry point. Look at his plates, and he does not have a gold block. That's a good game. There's nothing that he can do to stop me. There's no way to give me weight. He can attack if he wants, but it does no good. And my opponent has to think about this for a minute, and I think it's because he realizes I just lost. He goes ahead and attacks, lands the curse marker. Doesn't really matter in this situation. Probably the easiest win I've had in the gym to this point, and that is a good game. That's how we got to the decisive number 11. But you guys didn't come here to see me get 10 wins. You guys want to know, did I make it to 11? I recorded the game. Let's find out. I will tell you, no matter what happens, this game is significantly longer than the previous game. I was actually kind of hoping for a bot because typically in the gyms, when you get a bot, you can stall them out if you're struggling. I didn't get a bot, I got a human who is on their own 6-game win streak. My opponent's deck is, I can't even, Metagross, Cobalion, Solgaleo, Magearna, Mimikyu, and Xerneas. Again, I open up on the far left side with my Mimikyu. Gotta check his plates. He does have Lucal Block. He goes ahead and plays defensively, which is probably what my previous opponent should have done, but it gives me the entry point. I go ahead and take the entry point, and then he goes ahead and finishes out surrounding his goal, which is a really solid play. I'm going to keep applying pressure. I bring Mimikyu up, and my thought is on my next turn I will bring Magearna up on the far right lane with the hopes of surrounding, but he goes ahead and does a little counter play to my Mimikyu. So I'm forced to bring out my Solgaleo to play defense. Now I will tell you that his Leo is deadly. He didn't get cursed because Solgaleo can only receive a curse marker if he has a status effect on him. So that's why he's not cursed at this point. I have to go ahead and back up with my Mimikyu or risk losing my Mimikyu. And now he moves his Mimikyu forward to threaten my goal. I've got my Leo to cover goal because, as you know, I think Leo is probably the best goalie in the game. So the only thing that I have going on here is an early board presence, and that is quickly being wiped away. I am going to have the entire left-hand side of the board open to move about and maneuver, but my opponent has some really good Pokemon. I haven't seen, and I don't think I saw any of the scissors in any of the gym games that I've played up to this point. I actually like Scizor. I think it's a great Pokemon. With the evolution and then with the Steel Energy, I'm doing significant damage, and then it's my only gold attack. And there are a lot of heavy purples in this gym so far that I've seen, and to be able to have any kind of a purple is nice. I prefer Scizor over Cobalion for this gym. We go ahead and I think we both trigger our Steel Energies here just to get that added bonus. So my opponent did it, and then I followed suit. That's what I was going to do anyways. I don't have any moves that are super pressing that I wanted to make. Go ahead and drop my my Scizor up to apply some forward pressure. And it's not often you're going to find an opponent who has a huge line on his back line of conjoined Pokemon. But my opponent does. He's kind of feeling me out here, I believe. Having a hard time talking today, I don't know why. Breaks up the double chance and comes after my Scizor. I'm not happy about this. Take him out, but he takes me out as well. It's a pretty fair trade because it's going to free up his other entry point. Now I don't have to worry about being surrounded, and that was the reason why I did not take his entry point earlier in the game, is because if I had, he would have dropped his Mimikyu back like he just did and take the easy surround. I can't keep my Mimikyu there because Xerneas would have come around for the easy surround. I'm all about trying to preserve my advantage at this point in time. I'm definitely the aggressor right now. By doing that and moving off of his entry point, that is going to allow him to bring his Leo pack out from the PC. That was kind of unfortunate. Although, I guess it's okay that I didn't give him Fairy Mist. I don't think I'd want Mimikyu doing an additional 10 damage. And I actually would have lost that roll. with that additional 10 damage, I believe. Or did I have an 11? I think I only had one of you. It's the second time I've landed Curse and I don't get credit for either one of them. Decided to go ahead and bring out Scissor here. It's going to give me a 6-on-5 advantage. Again, I've got control of this match so far. I've got the board presence. He's pinned on in his back line. He really has no choice but to try to attack his way out. And that's what he does. I guess on the previous roll, I didn't get the Curse. I thought I did, but I think I actually got the 30. So that's why I get knocked out there. The reason why my blue turns to miss is because I landed blue earlier, and so that's going to give me 3 MP, although I'm already 3 MP, so it's not that big a deal. And there goes his Leo. I told you, his Leo was an animal in this match. Again, move Scissor up. I'm quickly losing board control. I'm trying to maintain what I can. So I go after his goalie. Scissor let me down there. So now all my board presence is gone. I'm actually kind of reeling. MQ takes so long to set up. After it comes out, it has to do its disguise and all that stuff. Always throws me off on timing. Not really sure what that move was, but it was bizarre. And when someone does something bizarre, it makes me question what's going on. So I just retreat. I'm not in a great position anymore. I don't have goal block in this deck, so I need to have backup plans in case Leo and Lunala get knocked out. So I just do the full retreat with Mimikyu, because it would be very easy for his Solgaleo to land into my Solgaleo with the 100 attack, which is 120 for this, and that's going to eliminate us both out. So I decided to go ahead and be defensive, hop over here, because now I'm going to set up the surround. And at this point, I'm completely playing defensive. I think that was a misplay by my opponent, but he gave me the free surround, and that makes me feel a little bit better about how things are. But as you can see, I'm nowhere near as good positioning as I was earlier in the match. Obviously, Mimikyu's not going to reroll gold since it has no gold. He has Hurdle Jump, so he can take over my entry point on the next turn. I make this move here because now I can set up a swap spot surround. Mimikyu wasn't having any of it. I feel like I have dried lips. He still has a surround. I have long throw in my deck. I feel like he hurdle jumps. Yeah. So he's going to hurdle jump into the corner, which he probably should. And then, as I probably should, believe... Oh, no, no, no. I know I have long throw, so I'm trying to set up the surround. He kind of plays right into this. I don't know if he didn't see my plates, if he didn't look. Or if he just thought I was playing defensively, but he obviously didn't see that I take that back. I'm just making things up at this point. So he backs off so that I don't long throw over him. But now he sets up my swap spot. Did I already use my swap spot? No, it's still there. I can't remember. No need to attack here. Because Mimikyu it's a menace, but it's not threatening. I believe I take it this time to jump forward to his entry point. He's not going to be able to knock out Mimikyu in one turn. I can always backtrack with Lunala. And he does go after my Mimikyu, and my Mimikyu did absolutely nothing in this game. I believe I just back up with Lunala here. Yep. This way, if Mimikyu gets knocked out, I can hop back over with Lunala and maintain my positioning defensively. Shockingly, Mimikyu does nothing. No need to worry about spending gold. Nobody there has gold. And I actually like Scissor coming out here. I think now is when I use my long throw. So. Now if we look, what I'm looking at here is my Magearna to his Magearna. I'm at plus 24 and he's at plus 0. That just goes to show how many times I've been knocked out versus how many times I've surrounded his Pokemon. Get a nice burn there. It just eliminates the blue, which he would have done had he rolled blue anyways. Attack again. Because Lunala is great in this gym. My entry point is free. Can you kind of see where this is going? Do you see what's happening? You see it, right? Because this is all that I'm thinking at this point. And I'm not going to tell you what it was unless if you don't see it. I'm not going to tell you what it was. So I move Lunala over and then decide, wait, that's not what I want to do. I want to bait him. He's been aggressive. So I actually thought about moving Scissor over and decided, no, I'm going to bait him down to take my entry point. And he does. So you know what's about to happen, right? Giggity, this is for you. We bust out the counter attack, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 11-0. Like, I had nothing going that game. I couldn't land a roll. My only knockouts were really via surrounds and number 2. I was so excited. Like, this never happens. I always get to around 7 or 8 and end up falling apart, and I couldn't even enjoy my trophy there. It disappeared when I hit the OK to clear out the Carbonite, but there it is. It was really, there was only one, besides the match that you saw, there was really only one other match that I was in any kind of real trouble. They weren't all as easy as 9 getting to 10, but it was wild. Crazy, crazy ride. And as to not leave you guys hanging, and we get, I believe we get Grovyle, which is good. And then a Bellsprout, Oricorio Pom Pom, Pichu, Ingot Rare, Metal Rare, and Cube Rare. So it's finally done. My second 11-0 trophy. I don't even want to play anymore. I haven't, in fact, as of this recording, I haven't even played another game since then, and I'm several hours later because I just don't want to ruin that feeling of victory by losing. But no matter what, I have an invincible trophy. I know that's nothing to you guys. I feel like in the last gym with water, everybody but me got the invincible trophy, but for those of you who are like me and you just, an invincible trophy isn't something that's really, it'd be nice to get, but it's not really on your radar because it's just not likely, you can do it. Now, that was the deck that I was running. If you are struggling, I would try with a Yveltal and Sableye combo. That is absolutely going to wall out the Mimikyu rush. Mimikyus are great for walling out the Tapu line rushes. And other than that, I would say, like, Lunala is great in this gym. Solgaleo is awesome in this gym, as you saw. It easily knocks out Mimikyus. It is a deterrent on goal, so I definitely would continue to use that. If you don't have one, you know, maybe like a DOA would actually be really nice in this gym, because yes, it can get outclassed on some power, but being able to respin your opponent out of a favorable roll is very beneficial. It's always going to be beneficial. You can definitely run a Vibrava. I haven't seen any of those in gyms, and I see a lot of Blaziken and Combusken into Blaziken. So there are some options for counters. You can do the Bronzor, which is going to KO 3 MP Mons. I think if you run into a mainly steel deck, it's going to be more of a liability. I like to try to keep Pokemon that are going to be usable, whether my opponent is running primarily steel or primarily fairy, or a mix of either or maybe just a regular league deck. But that is going to do it for today's installment. We are ending this one on a happy note. Go out and get your trophy. Let me know what's working for you guys, and until next time.